It's morning, y'all. It's Sunday morning. Thank God for waking up this morning. I am blessed. We are all blessed to see another day. Yes, that's right. And it is hot. You heard what I just said? It is hot here in Orlando, Florida. Oh my God. The sun is just beaming down on me. Ooh, ooh. See, I'm facing the sun and it's beaming down on me. Thank you, Jesus. Vitamin D come into my body. Yeah. And folks, this is what I wanted to talk about today. Do you all remember Alicia Kim? That's the young lady that was married to Boo, and Boo divorced her, and now she is pregnant for someone else. You heard what I said, pregnant for someone else? Well, I saw two YouTubers already. They spoke about it. The trucker and this other lady. I never really seen her before. But allegedly, she's an Aquarian. Don't y'all know they lie a lot? Don't y'all know by now that Aquarians, they lie a lot? That's why I always say there's something else. Yes, she is an Aquarian, and she lies a lot. I don't know her, but from the videos and stuff like that, the gal lie a lot. And now some people are starting to see that. They still have her team Alicia that believe everything that she say. But people that lie like that, they have to live with the lies. You know what I'm saying? They have to live with the lies. The young man, the trucker, he said, allegedly, that, in the video, she said, that was when she was in Jamaica. She said she wasn't going to be back in Jamaica for a while. It turns out that she was back there. Someone saw her, and this person allegedly put it out. I don't know if there are any pictures yet, but I'm quite sure they will be, allegedly. But she went down there for a funeral. Yeah, she went down there for a funeral. It wasn't for some vacation, it was for a funeral. I thought it was kind of strange when I saw her there again, because I looked at the video. But I didn't even pay no attention to it. Because, I look at some of the videos, but then, some of it I don't really care to look at. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I don't hate her or whatever, but I just dislike dishonesty. You know what I'm saying? I don't like people that act like, it's all about them and this and that, and come to find out they lie all the time. I just don't like crap like that. So, whenever I'm watching the tube and I see her pop up, I look, but then I just switch to something else, because it seems as though everything that comes out of that gal mouth is lies. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to get all these views and stuff like that. The baby is coming now, so she's gonna need more money. You know what I'm saying? Because a baby is not hard to take care. A baby is not easy to take care of, especially if you're gonna be taking care of it by yourself. And she's not telling y'all who her baby father is because she's ashamed. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? She's ashamed, because if she wasn't ashamed, She will be proud to show him off. Don't wait till the baby comes to now want to show him, or maybe she probably wouldn't even show him at all. But, when I was watching, when she went to Jamaica, call herself, went down there for the gender reveal. Yeah, she was all happy and all that kind of crap. But as someone said, it seemed as though the man was there, because I noticed she was like looking away, big smile, and talking to the audience and stuff like that. It looks like the person was there, you know. And some people were saying, show us the baby father, show us the baby father. She just wouldn't. Anyway, from what I'm getting from this trucker guy, allegedly, because he got it from someone else, the brother, I saw them in the pool and stuff like that, but the thought didn't come to mind. But, I remember in a video a long time ago, when her and Boo went on some little vacation or whatever, they went on a cruise. She said she didn't know how to swim, but here she was swimming in the pool. She could have taught herself how to swim over the time that went by. I don't know. But anyway, here she was swimming. And I was shocked that she took the damn wig off to swim. You know what I'm saying? I guess sense came into her head and said, let me take this wig off because it's going to get wet. Anyway, the brother had the camera focus on her. He was just showing her butt all the time. And then the trucker also mentioned, allegedly, about the person said the man was right there in the pool. No, the brother started mentioning, the brother made a video later on talking about the baby father, He was going to, I guess, reveal him or whatever, even though she didn't want to tell nobody about it, but her crew needs to know. The trucker said, if you notice and if you paid attention, her brother's hinting. He's giving a lot of hints. People not paying attention. Well, I remember he was showing her in the pool, and then they were a young man and some kids and stuff in the pool also. He was light skinned, looked like he had nice hair, I don't know if he's Indian or whatever, but, or Chinese or whatever. But yeah, this young man was in the water with all these kids. And allegedly, this man has a woman or a wife or whatever, and probably other kids. So maybe that's why she don't want to reveal him. I really don't know. I really don't give a shit. But anyway, apparently she went down there for a funeral, and allegedly it was his dad or someone from his family that passed away. And this person that put the information out, allegedly, saw Alicia Kim and her family at the church, where the funeral was being held. And allegedly, her family is close to this boy's family, some shit like that. So, who knows if Alicia wasn't messing around with this young man whenever she went down there or whatever, and was playing it off, finally got popped. Because if he was using a condom, she wouldn't have got pregnant. So she finally got popped and portraying the role now to everyone. This is what she wanted. And yeah, we all heard her always used to say she wanted to have a kid. But if you remember a little while ago, while she was in Jersey, she used to be so down and everything and talking all this yang stuff, and She wasn't talking nowhere near close to having no baby, getting pregnant, no kind of relationship, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, here she is pregnant. She's happy. I'm happy for her. But if that's somebody else's man and you wait screwing around, he wait screwing around with you and you making a baby, girlfriend, you're not gonna be happy. You're gonna be miserable as hell when that baby come. If the baby live, because in some instances, people get pregnant and sometimes the baby don't survive. Sometimes the mother don't survive. I know a case like that. You know what I'm saying? And all that serenading and all this kind of planning that you're doing, that's not good. It's not good because God forbid the baby don't survive. You're going to really feel hurt. You're going to really be hurt. So you need not to plan so much. You need not to plan so much. I'm dead serious. There has been a lot of cases where moms lose their life in childbirth. Babies born, but they don't born alive. You know what I'm saying? And I strongly believe in that because it happens. I know someone that it happened to. I know two people that it happened to. Someone that is very close to me, and the other person is a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? And it's devastating. It is devastating. So, Miss Kim, you need to be careful and slow down with all that planning and stuff like that. And God don't like ugly, and if that's the way how this baby was conceived, may God help you. I'm dead serious. Lying to the public isn't going to get you anywhere because everybody is going to laugh at you in the ending. I mentioned this to you in a video before. Whatever you do in the dark, it comes to light. And I also said, Alicia is going to be fine. She's going to be fine. She's hard-headed. She's an Aquarian. She's going to be fine. I said that in a video. That's when you used to be jumping in your car and driving here and driving there and all this kind of different stuff. People was warning you about traveling by yourself and stuff like that. You got offended from me and most people, but who cares? People was just concerned. But to be honest with you, I'm not really concerned anymore, because a person that has a hard head, they end up feeling the pinch or the blow later on. That's the truth. You asking opinions about whether you should turn that room, your work room, into the baby's room or whatever. Yes, that makes sense. You should turn the room into the baby's room. It's fine having, like the young lady said, it's fine having the bassinet next to you in your room, but babies grow fast. And when you train them the wrong way stays in them. So the older they get, they're not gonna wanna be in another room if you keep them in the room next to you or have the baby sleep in the bed with you. They're gonna give you hell. She's gonna give you hell when you decide to go put her in her own room. So you have to be wise. Sorry.
That's fine.
And the funny thing about it, you don't know nothing about babies. You're not a little girl. You didn't just born. Your brother have a son, and the way how you was acting with the pamper, oh, the first baby pamper, and going on like that, and the bottles and all of that. Girl, you need to grow up. You have a lot of growing up to do, Miss Kim, Alicia. You have a lot of growing up to do. I would expect that from a person that hasn't been around no kind of kids or nothing like that. But you, come on. You're so fake. It's a shame. Of so fake. And that's how a lot of you Aquarians are. Y'all are liars and y'all are real fake. I don't know when, not I don't know. Y'all would never change. Y'all would never change. That's in y'all. You know what I'm saying? You see the case with allegedly with the stallion. You know who the stallion is. You know, y'all know who the stallion is. She's Aquarius too. It's coming out now that she was lying about Mr. Tory. You know what I'm saying? It's a daggone shame how people lie for fame. You know, lie. Want to have the whole public, the whole world believing them with their lies. But they don't realize that later on, that lie swings back and slap them right in their face so hard. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine Mr. Boo, he must be laughing right now. And another thing, allegedly, um, what is it? Yeah, you're supposed to be going in for your green card questioning or whatever. Yeah, what is that stuff you're gonna be pacing? What, you trying to pull a Haley Bailey stunt now too? What is it? I'm quite sure you're not pacing just pictures of the wedding when you and Boo was married, like that young lady said, allegedly. Did Boo abuse you or something like that? Because that could be the only thing that you're going to be pasting in there. Probably bruised up yourself, allegedly, and took pictures, because it seemed like you have everything planned. You have everything planned from the day y'all got married to the day y'all got divorced. It's still planning shit. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you need to stop. You need to stop. I hope that you get through with your green card or whatever. But you know the way how things are going right now, our President Trump, he's not playing. And your marriage was one of those that, you know, they not really accepting. So I hope you do get to stay up here. But if you don't, well, you'll be back home in Jamaica, and maybe we'll hear about all the ingredients that's in the soup, or maybe we won't. When I say that, I'm talking about you, the baby father, and his alleged wife or girlfriend or whatever. We'll hear about that. You know what I'm saying? The soup with all the vegetables in it. Either which way, we will hear about the soup with all the different kind of vegetables, because sooner or later it will all come out. It's just a matter of time, because I was not expecting. I was waiting to hear the trucker guy. I was waiting to see his video, and I finally saw it last night, and I started cracking up. I was like, oh my God, I never thought I would have been hearing this shit. And he's talking about this person that have it out there. They saw you at the church, and you only went there for a funeral, but you was lying and saying you went there for on a vacation, all this kind of nonsense. And the baby father was in the pool, and oh my God, all this freaking drama shit. And Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And everybody was bashing Mr. Boo, putting him out as this bad person. And come to find out, you are actually the bad apple. You are actually, Alicia Kim, you are actually the bad apple. And the worm is about to crawl out. I'm telling you, the worm is about to crawl out. Whether dead or alive, the worm is about to crawl out. It's a shame. It's a crying shame. Jesus. I don't know where they get you people from. I really don't know. But y'all are out there. Watch out. And I remember in the video you was saying, if you ever get married, you might not get married to that baby father. Because if he's already married or whatever, allegedly, I don't know, girl. I don't know, girl. You should have been trying to find a single man that don't have no baggage. Serious. Because whenever you get with a man that has baggage, you're going to have problems. Problems. And you seem like someone that brings problems along with you anyway, so what do you expect? Put on that sweet little front, play that cute little innocent role, and behind you is nothing but a bag of garbage. What a shame. What a shame. This shit is so funny. Oh my God. It is really, really, really whack. You black women are showing y'all shit this year. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. It is horrible. Young, black, has great potential, but because of lies, y'all are gonna be going down. Disgrace. Disgrace to our race. I am dead serious. Big disgrace, 100%. That's 3 of y'all right now. 3 of y'all right now that I know about. Disgrace. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll be watching the tube to hear and see more of who this baby father is. It didn't really make a difference to me, but now I'm hearing this crap. Yeah, I want to see who this baby daddy is. And millions of people around the world. I am dead serious if they show him. But apparently, allegedly, this lady has, I think she took pictures, so we will see who this man is. And if it's that man that was in the pool, then I'll know that's who the person is. But I have to watch the brother's video again to see the young man in the pool, because when they were swimming, when they were in the pool first, nobody was in there. Then you saw some people sitting on the side, but I didn't see the light-skinned man. And then another time he showed her swimming around without the wig. And then he switched to some people that was in the pool close to them. That's where I saw the young man. And they were some other like kids and stuff in the water. So I don't know if that's him, but like the trucker said, allegedly, he was throwing hints at us. He was showing us hints, but people probably wasn't paying attention because he was showing the young man in the pool. And that's the only young man that I saw. Well, he was light-skinned. The others were dark-skinned, but he's the only one that I actually noticed as a male. You know, the others look like females, like kids. So I have to really look at his video again to really see. Oh my God. So girlfriend, if that is the baby father, you're gonna end up with a pretty girl, a pretty baby girl. and nicey nicey hair, like Jamaicans would say. Nicey nicey hair and a pretty baby girl. Yeah, yeah. So, what can I say? I don't know. I just pray for that little baby. Because that little baby, she didn't ask to come in your stomach. She didn't ask for nothing. So I just pray for her. You, I pray you have a safe delivery, but you are hopeless. Alicia Kim, you are hopeless. Because from what the truck is saying, I didn't watch all of your videos and I'm not even going to. But from what he's saying, allegedly, you've been lying throughout all your videos. Lying. And that's a damn shame. A real damn shame. So yeah, folks, that's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna call it a day for now. Look at this little doggy over there. Yeah. And as you can see, I'm not the only one that comes out in my robe. He has on his pajama pants. But you know, this is Florida, and down here, you know, in Orlando especially, people comes out in their pajamas and stuff. They even go to the stores and stuff in their pajamas. I saw this young lady the other day when I was at the Florida Mall. She had on her damn pajamas. Now, ain't no way I would be going to the mall with pajamas on. But you just never know with these Floridians. You just never know. And one time in New York, I knew someone that they came out of their house and they went to the store. They drove to the store in their pajamas also, you know. So what can I say? I guess that's the end thing. And that was a good while ago. But that trend is still going on. People coming out with their pajamas and you know those big baggy hats that people wear on their head, you know, like when you're going to sleep. I forgot what you call them. People are always coming outside with those on, you know what I'm saying? Even the guys, I see young men walking around with those things on their head. Oh my God. Isn't that something? What is going on in this world? What is going on? I wonder if they do that in the islands too, and if they do that in other countries. Y'all could tell me in the comments, because that's the trend over here. You know, people walking around, especially men too, you know, they walking around with those sleep caps on their head, you know. Even some of the women, you know, I see them, they go to the beauty salon and they have it around their head. It's for sleeping, but you know, they wear it as a style, you know. They have it on and they come outside in it. And I see the young men actually walking around with theirs on, you know, different colors and stuff like that. It is really crazy. I don't know what this damn world is turned into. I just know I wouldn't be walking around with that shit on my head coming outside. You know what I'm saying? I have one of those, but not exactly like it, the big one. Because it's something about it that I don't like. It's so big and floppy. I just don't like it. But I have head scarves and a head wrap, you know, the tie one that it looks almost like a do-rag, but it's not a do-rag, you know. But I don't see too many people wearing do-rags these days either, you know. That used to be something. I used to love to wear do-rags. I had them in different colors. You know, that was a man thing, but you know, women was wearing them. I had just like it because, you know, it holds your hair in. It holds your hair in tight. You know, when you go to bed, you put it on and tie it down, and they have your head really strapped in nice. You know, especially if you're wearing a ponytail or something. Yeah, but I don't really see people wearing those anymore. You know, they still have them in the beauty supply stores and stuff like that. You'll see some men, maybe in the black neighborhoods, you'll see it, you know, but in the mixed neighborhoods, you don't really see it too much, you know. and maybe in New York City, but down here in Orlando, you don't really see a lot of people wearing that. Like I just said, they be wearing the nightcaps. Oh my God, Lord, what next? Yeah, so yeah, I gotta get into this. It's too hot to walk. I'm telling you, it's too hot to walk, but I'm gonna do me some stretches and stuff and some bend and reach and stuff. You know, I've been watching YouTube and I see a lot of people doing different kind of exercises. I um I I send some of them to my you know where they say share, I send it to my WhatsApp so I can look at them sometimes and do some of them, you know, because I'm trying to get rid of this damn gut of mine. I'm telling you. So, you know, I'm gonna be doing it. And it's so weird. I didn't even remember that it was Monday is Memorial Day. I didn't even realize that. A friend of mine, Marjorie, you know, she's like in her 80s. She lived next door to me, you know, in the other building. You know, I always send her some quotations, you know, from Denzel Washington and different people. I send that out to my WhatsApp people too, you know what I'm saying? In case some of them are saying, damn, this woman always sending all this shit to me, you know. I don't care about all this. No, I send out the quotations to, to most of my WhatsApp people. Not all of them, because some people don't really believe or like stuff like that. But they sound nice to me and everything, and I send them out to people. You know what I'm saying? I get back response from some people telling me thank you, I needed that, or whatever. But some of them don't even respond back at all. But it really doesn't matter, you know, because some of y'all do need to hear those words. I'm dead serious. Even though y'all might be pretending that y'all are high up in the air or whatever the hell the problem is with y'all, y'all need to come down to earth and really, really read some of those quotations. Dead serious. Yeah. So you know, yeah, I send them out to my WhatsApp people. I don't just send it out to one particular person. I send them out. So Marjorie, I sent her. I had sent her one the other day, and you know, she reminded me that it was Memorial Day. She said, "Thank you, Jennifer. I love that, and Happy Memorial Day." So I pull it up on my phone. When is Memorial Day? And it said Monday. So you know, yeah. So you know, I'll be wearing some kind of red for Memorial Day. You know, whenever the holidays come around, you know, I like to wear a color that represents. So I'm gonna wear some kind of red. Yeah. I don't have any plans to go anywhere. I don't know if Skylar wants to go anywhere. I have free tickets for oh my God, what is it? Not Universal. SeaWorld. I have free tickets for that, you know. As a veteran, we get free tickets. So I have free tickets for there. So I don't know if they want to go there or not. I got the tickets for them and my friend, but he's not here. But if they don't want to go Monday, you know, I have them. The free tickets are up to July, so we have time to go. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I could get some for Universal, because you know Universal is expensive, but you could walk into Universal and you could walk around and stuff. But to go on rides in certain places, you know, you have to pay. So they do give military discount. So, you know, if they want to go to Universal, maybe. Nah, we'll do Universal another time. You know what I'm saying? We'll do that another time when money is flourishing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's a lot to do at Universal. I love Universal. As a matter of fact, I had gotten free tickets for there before, but I don't know. I know what happened. It's this guy that I know that was working for Disney. That's the one that I said he got locked up for child abuse. You know, he was doing it. He was on the computer with all of that kind of stuff. So you know, the feds busted him. So he has to do 10 years. Chris, very nice Caucasian man I met by the pantry. You know, he used to go to the church, but his family, you know, they moved out of Orlando. You know, they 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 didn't want him to know where they living at now and all of that. They just was ashamed, you know, so they moved out. His mom and his dad and his brother. So you know, the brother told me if he ever contact me, don't let him know where they moved to. But I wouldn't do that. But you know, he tried to contact me on WhatsApp, but you know, I never responded back. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to get caught up into his mess. But he seemed so innocent. I didn't know that he was doing stuff like that online. You know what I'm saying? And he seemed like such a nice man. He wasn't old. He was like in his 40s, going into his 50s. But I think he served maybe so far he probably served like maybe 2 years. I'm not sure. But they moved him from the jail here in Orlando and they took him to another jail somewhere else in Florida. It's far away. But I was gonna go visit him one time, but then I changed my mind. I said, "Nah, I'm not going down there." You know. Anyway, that was when he was here in Orlando, because you know I had felt sorry for him and stuff like that. But then I was like, I'm not going. But yeah, you know, when he was working for Disney, you know, he used to get me free tickets. You know, I would give him the names of who was gonna be going, and he would get me the free tickets. That's how I got free tickets to go to Universal. But you do get a discount for Universal with the military, but you don't get no free tickets like we do for SeaWorld. SeaWorld, military, and veterans and stuff, you know, they do give free tickets. 4 free tickets, yeah. So that's once a year. And then you know they have discount for other parks and stuff like that, and they have discount for Kennedy Space Center. You know, that's another place that I want to take the girls to. You know, they want to go, so you know, we're gonna plan on doing that. And there are a lot of other places where I could get discount as a senior and as a veteran. But this is 2025, and we're gonna. Here go the dog. He's looking over here because he see Mr. Hustle. He or she. It looks like a she. Yeah, so 2025, we're gonna try to do a lot to enjoy this year. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, folks, have a good Sunday. Be safe out there. This is Memorial Day weekend, and I know people are partying and doing all sorts of stuff. Don't get into trouble. Don't drink and drive. Take it easy. Peace.